to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session inspired by the late, great Tina Turner. Tina Turner, I think, was an icon for many people that listened to her music perhaps in the 80s or 90s. I'll be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of Tina Turner's music until perhaps about maybe a year or so ago, where I saw a theatrical musical in London that had kind of all of her songs kind of infused into her life story. And it didn't occur to me how many of them I would recognize or know. But I think what I got from that is that obviously she was a very talented singer, but had a very challenging, tough life, and yet was able to tap into certain qualities and characteristics that enabled her to get through adversity time and time again, and to live a life that was extraordinary on many levels. You know, if you think of someone like Tina Turner, you know, it's difficult for many people to have that level of resilience or that mental strength or determination after setback. Clearly, you know, was able to tap into her emotions and project them. You know, lots of charisma, lots of all these kind of qualities that I think, even though for me, who, you know, I never saw her live, I don't think I ever actually kind of went out and bought an album or something like that, but I could resonate with someone that was a force of nature. And I think as a therapist, what I tend to do is to look for resource states, look for qualities and characteristics that anyone would be able to, if they could tap into those resources, their life would be enhanced. And I think Tina Turner is an excellent example of someone that exuded lots of very useful qualities. So inspired by her life, and obviously just a few days ago, you know, she passed and is no longer with us. So I thought it's a good opportunity to kind of distill 20 different characteristics and qualities that Tina Turner exuded in many ways, and to condense them into a single hypnosis session, so that in many ways the idea of a legacy is that something can live on. And certainly she is a woman that, you know, her legacy will live on for hundreds of years through her music. But in a tiny way, the essence of this hypnosis session is to take not so much her music, but her qualities and characteristics, and condense that into a short hypnosis session so that you are able to get an echo of some of those qualities in your own life. So the best way to experience this hypnosis is going to be to find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, to relax, and to enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in And as you breathe in, imagine breathing in a wonderful feeling of resourcefulness and relaxation. And as you exhale, I want you to get a sense that any feelings of stress, worry, or tension is starting to leave your body in your outward breath. So simply by breathing in and breathing out, you're able to access a state of increasingly deeper levels of relaxation. As your body relaxes, I want you to open your mind to the idea of harnessing the power of your imagination. And I want you to imagine that you're able to go back in time to perhaps the first time that you heard or saw a performance of Tina Turner. Maybe you saw her on TV, or maybe there was something that you saw that gave you a sense of some of her qualities. And I want you to imagine seeing someone that was better able than most to cultivate or to harness powerful qualities and characteristics, powerful resources, and to channel them in such a way that they were able to use them to create the life that they desired. And many people believe that certain qualities like resilience only exist when you've experienced hardship, that determination is built through adversity, that even a quality like charisma comes to those that perhaps are naturally looked in the shadows, ignored, and the charisma is built through necessity to capture the attention of an audience. You don't need to be fearless if there is nothing to fear. True fearlessness is being able to manage those emotions in the face of uncertainty, or perhaps even danger. A quality such as authenticity becomes even more difficult if there is pressure to be someone that you're not. But I want you to imagine seeing Tina Turner perhaps on a stage in front of a big audience, performing and exuding the qualities that you admire most in this icon of music. I want you to imagine seeing those qualities. Perhaps it's the authenticity, perhaps it's the joyfulness. Perhaps at some level she is a representation of inspiration. Perhaps you can imagine seeing her on a stage under bright lights, maybe even hearing the music of a song in the background. And I want you to imagine that you're about to step into whether it's her performing or her at a different period in her life, but the point where she had access to the resources that were most valuable to you in your life. If it's confidence you need, I want you to imagine seeing her at her most confident. If it's the courage you admire, imagine seeing her at her most courageous. If it's the ability to confidently age, maybe see her later in life still exuding that confidence while also being older. Whatever the quality is that you would benefit most, imagine seeing her at that point in time, and then imagine stepping into the representation that you've made of her, feeling that feeling, those resources. I want you to imagine perhaps seeing yourself in a mirror looking like her but feeling like you, and feeling that those qualities you admire in her are being absorbed by you. And then I want you to imagine finding a place to relax, accessing those resources as you open your mind to powerful hypnotic suggestions that enable you to tap into the resources of this resourceful being. Open up the possibility of harnessing these resources. I will clarify the resource state and then follow it with a powerful hypnotic suggestion, and your unconscious mind can harness and tap into the resources that you would benefit from and leave anything that is not relevant or suitable for you. Breathing in and breathing out, I want you to tap into the idea that you are capable of more than you realize, and that this hypnosis is simply a key to unlock those resources within you. And I want you to think about resilience and accept that you embody unwavering resilience, overcoming challenges with grace and emerging stronger than ever before. And think about strength as you believe that your inner strength radiates from within, empowering you to overcome any obstacles that come your way. Unlock that feeling of determination, because your determination is unyielding, propelling you forward and guiding you towards the achievement of your goals. Passion. Your life is infused with passion, igniting a fire within you that fuels your pursuits and inspires those around you. But also harnessing authenticity as you embrace your authentic self fully and unapologetically, shining brightly as the truest expression of who you are, but also being fearless, because your approach is fearless, embracing new opportunities and stepping outside of your comfort zone with confidence. And imagine what it would be like to increase your charisma by 1000%. as you accept that your magnetic charisma draws others to you, captivating them with your presence and leaving a lasting impression. But what is charisma without empowerment? Because you are a beacon of empowerment, empowering yourself and others to embrace strength, independence, and true potential. Imagine a glowing light within you that represents positive energy. As you acknowledge that your positive energy is contagious, uplifting the spirits of those around you and attracting abundance into your life. And I wonder what would happen if, without realizing it, you were becoming a source of inspiration. That your journey serves as an inspiration to others, encouraging them to believe in themselves and pursue their dreams with unwavering determination. Sometimes we can fall into the trap of trying to be like someone we're not. But I want you to own your authentic voice, because your voice is a powerful instrument resonating with authenticity. And the more authentic you are, the more able you are to captivate the attention and the emotions of those who listen. I want you to remember a time when you were at your most confident, and then imagine amplifying that by 10 times. As you exude confidence in every aspect of your life, standing tall and embracing your true power with conviction. And sometimes it's possible to be very focused and determined for a few days or even a few weeks, but what if you were able to really harness that power of endurance within you? That you have the endurance to weather any storm, remaining steadfast in your pursuit of success while never losing sight of your dreams. I want you to accept the belief that anything that has been done by someone else means it's possible for someone like you to also do that thing. But also that it's possible for you to do things that have never been done before. I want you to imagine that you are a trailblazer, fearlessly breaking barriers and forging new paths for yourself and others to follow. But I also want you to accept that the more you have, the more you're able to give. That it is in your nature to have a charitable spirit. That your heart is filled with a desire to give back to others, to make a positive impact in the lives of those in need. Life changes. That's what makes it unique and beautiful. But you have adaptability. You embrace change and adapt effortlessly, welcoming new opportunities and exploring different paths with ease. But what is success if you don't enjoy the journey? So feel like you are unlocking joyfulness. Joy flows through every fiber of your being, radiating from your heart and infusing every moment with happiness and celebration. It is one of the facts of life that with life comes the natural process of aging. While some people try and fight the tide of time, other people embrace and swim with the tide of time. So I want you to accept that you have confidence in aging, that you embrace the beauty of aging gracefully, cherishing every experience and feeling empowered at every stage of life. And the thing we crave most is connection. There are fake connections and there are real connections. But you forge authentic connections with others, having the power to create meaningful relationships built on trust, empathy, and understanding. Because in the end, there'll be a day when you're no longer here in this physical world. But a legacy is what you leave behind. And what if your legacy is one of impact and inspiration, leaving an indelible mark on the world and inspiring generations to come? Wouldn't that be a lovely gift to leave the world when you're no longer physically here? I want your mind to tap into these suggestions as ideas, possibilities, but also keys that unlock resources within you. Whatever you need most right now, that's the door that is unlocking, unleashing resourceful emotions within you, enabling your future days and weeks to be more of the version of you that you desire to be. Because why settle? Why settle in life when there is a possibility for you to be simply the best version of you? Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, imagine returning to the present moment. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're fully integrating into this present moment. As very soon I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, powerful, strong, and eager to move forward in your life full of self-belief and joy. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.